Welcome to the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox. Petco Park, home to the San Diego Padres. And welcome to the first ever football game at this stadium. And we've got a good one for you. Pac-12 versus ACC as 15th ranked Oregon faces Mac Brown and his North Carolina Tar Heels. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with the quarterback, Joel Klatt. And welcome to San Diego, folks. This should be a great matchup. Oregon coming in with a 9-3 record. UNC coming in with a 9-4 record. To win 10 games is a big deal. Just ask any coach in football. And in this matchup, Joel, we get a chance to see two dynamic quarterbacks.
I cannot wait. All bowl season, I've been texting you. I'm like, I can't wait to watch these guys play. We've got one of the best quarterback matchups in all of bowl season. Let's start with the old hat, the veteran from Oregon, Bo Nix. Reinvigorated his career after that transfer from Auburn. He was so efficient, 71% completion percentage. Really put himself in the Heisman discussion late in the season. And on the other side, for North Carolina, Gus, this kid is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the entire country. Drake May, when he decides to go to the NFL, when he's eligible, he's going to be in the discussion for the top pick overall because of his athleticism and his arm talent. We are in for a shootout today. Lots of points here in the Holiday Bowl. It'll be like an old school Holiday Bowl here tonight.
All right, now it's time for tonight's game countdown, sponsored by Progressive. Bo Nix, Drake May ready to battle in the 43rd Holiday Bowl. We'll have the kickoff on the other side of the break. In the Holiday Bowl, we're ready for the opening kickoff. But right now, let's go downstairs to the third member of our team, fresh off her spectacular performance at the World Cup in Qatar. She's back, folks, the All-American girl, Jenny Tabb.
Gus, let me say, it feels good to hear you say that. And thank you. I'm so happy to be back with you guys. And what a game we have in store tonight. And some special coaches going up against each other. For Oregon, Dan Lanning, his first year as a head coach. He's facing the Hall of Famer Mac Brown, who's coaching today in his 6th ever Holiday Bowl. Something unique about these bowl games, they have time to catch up before the game. And Coach Brown had some special advice for Coach Lanning. He said, stay true to yourself. Remember, it's always about the players and enjoy the journey. We asked Coach Lanning to reflect on this season, and he said, honestly, I have been able to enjoy it and soak it in. And we asked Coach Brown the same thing, and his answer was this. He said, no matter what, it is always about the players. It's a wonderful game that my wife, Sally, and I have enjoyed for 34 years of incredible kids. We're blessed, and we are still loving every bit of it.
And you are going to love the weather here in San Diego. Kickoff time, perfect. 59 degrees, no humidity. Oregon wins the toss, defers. North Carolina will receive. Andrew Boyle will kick it away. George Pettaway is the deep man. First ever meeting between Oregon and North Carolina here at the 43rd Holiday Bowl. First ever football game at Petco Park. Ducks, Tar Heels, and here we go. And it's fair caught in the end zone. So North Carolina coming onto the field. This young man, Drake May, Joel Klatt, he could be a special one down the road.
Oh, man, listen, I think he's special right now. He's had one of the great seasons in all of college football. It's interesting because at one point, this is a 9-1 team. They struggled a little bit down the stretch, and I asked Drake, hey, as a young player, have you had time to reflect on what you think you learned during those 3 losses there at the end of the year? And he said, yeah, I did, and I needed to be more patient. I was looking for the big play too early and too often. He wants to be patient tonight, early in this game. Let's see if he learned that lesson.
First down and 10 of the 25-yard line for the Tar Heels. Elijah Green in the backfield, and they'll throw it on first down. Morales, the intended receiver, the tight end, incomplete. Let's take a look at North Carolina on offense.
Up front, they give up a little bit too much pressure, so that's something that Oregon's going to try to take advantage of. And then on the outside, they're going to be without really their two best receivers. Josh Downs declared for the draft. He was a 94 catch guy, 1,000 yards. So watch out for number 8, Kobe Paysor. He's the guy that is going to be in that Josh Downs spot in the slot, and the whole offense runs through that slot position.
May has been sacked 38 times this season. Elijah Green running left defensively for Oregon.
Lots of opt-outs here, Gus. Here's what we got. We've basically got the most impactful player on all 3 levels that has opted out. DJ Johnson, leader in sacks, opted out. Noah Sewell, best linebacker, opted out. Christian Gonzalez, corner, opted out. So it's about the young players getting the opportunity to come in and play. A guy like a Keith Brown, watch out for him. But the key for them is their safety, Bennett Williams. He's the one that gets them lined up.
3rd down and 8. At the 27, opening series for North Carolina. May in trouble, and he's sacked. Big time move. Funa rushing in. 39th sack for May this year. That's a loss of 13.
Well, what you see is just a breakdown as he's initially going to get his eyes up. He wants to go to the left side, and nobody is out there as Funa is able to come in totally untouched. A nice design for Oregon to send one more guy than North Carolina has in protection. Drake doesn't see it, and he goes down with a sack.
So Ben Kiernan will punt it away in his own end zone. Josh Delgado, the deep man for Oregon. And this is a high spiraling punt. Fielded at the 45, so the Ducks will have great field position to start this game. 41-yard punt, and that brings on Bo Nix. And here's a young man who you mentioned transferred from Auburn. He decided that he is not going to declare for the NFL draft, and he's going to come back for next season, and he can play.
Well, I mean, you talk about the excitement around the program when he said he was going to come back. His biggest strength, Gus, is actually what he does with his mind. He's going to check the play quite often, sometimes run play to run play, but he is in charge and responsible for getting them into the correct play pre-snap. And that's one of his greatest assets and what makes them such a good offense.
So 1st down and 10 of the 46. Bucky Irving, the sophomore running back in the backfield. They'll give it to him, and he'll cut it inside. Nice run. Gets close to that 1st down marker. That's a gain of 9 offensively for Oregon.
The heartbeat of this team really is their offensive line. They're veteran, they're tough, and they're very physical, and they want to feature that run game. And that's why Nix's ability to get them in the right run play is so important. And then for the skill positions, watch out for Bucky Irving. I'm telling you, they can run the ball as well as anybody in the country. We don't talk about it a lot, but this team is very physical.
2nd down and 1 at the 45, and they'll flare it out. Irving and Bucky Irving, the Minnesota transfer, won't pick up the 1st down. Boykins with the tackle defensively for UNC.
Lots of young guys going to get a chance tonight. They've been decimated by injury and transfer. And what you're going to see is a couple of guys that they're very excited about in the back end. Marcus Allen, number 29, and 31, Will Hardy. These are guys that are young players, both freshmen, and going to get a chance tonight against a very dynamic offense.
3rd down and 2 at the 46. Irving remaining in the backfield, now in motion. Underneath Nix, and he finds his man. This will be his tight end, Terrence Ferguson. He'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of 14, stopped by Marcus Allen.
Both of these offenses are so good, and Gus, they both lost their offensive coordinators. So both teams are kind of flying blind here with new play callers tonight.
On 1st down, it's Irving again. And Bucky Irving stopped by Power Eccles. He'll gain 7.
And that's that run game, and they like to use the tempo. Right after a 1st down, they get right up to the line of scrimmage, get downhill with the run game, and create a nice, easy 2nd and short opportunity.
They need 3 yards. Opening series for Oregon, who took over at their own 46-yard line. Bunch formation at the bottom of your screen. Irving trying to stretch it out, cuts it inside. Here comes Bucky. And Bucky Irving out of bounds inside the 5. A 23-yard gain.
You're going to get a pull from the guard and the tight end, and then Gus, watch the wide receiver come in from the side. You get there, and then bam, that clear out block, and now there's only one defender left, and Irving gives a little shake, and he's down inside the 5.
First down and goal at the 2. Irving again straight ahead, looking for the touchdown, and he'll have it. Bucky Irving drives it in for the score, and Oregon takes a 6-0 lead, scoring on their opening drive of the game. 6 plays covering 54 yards.
And exactly how Dan Lanning will want the beginning of this game drawn up. A 3-and-out from the defense and the ability to get pressure on the quarterback. Then the offense comes out. What do? Establish the run. Bucky Irving right down the field with that big offensive line and into the end zone.
Camden Lewis comes in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. Irving accounted for 41 yards on that drive. Out of the 54, Oregon punching it in early. 7-0. Ducks on top of the heels. College football fans, you still have time to enter your 6-game predictions for a chance to win $5,000 on Fox Bet Super 6. Download the free Super 6 app now. Then enter your 6 picks in tonight's game for a chance to take home 5 G's. The holidays. Look who's here. This kid has become a star quarterback. Justin Herbert, former Oregon Duck, now with the Los Angeles Chargers. And you know, Joel, I called San Diego Chargers games for so long.
Yeah.
This was one of the best places to come watch an NFL game. It's hard to get used to saying LA Chargers.
I know. Listen, I'm with you, but how about this venue? And by the way, we've been around all these red coats, these volunteers for the Holiday Bowl for a number of years doing this game. I am so happy for all of them that this game is back after 2 years not being played in this great venue. This is a really special night here in San Diego.
This ball caught at the goal line. George Pettaway will bring it out with running room. And a lane. Pettaway breaking. Stays on his feet. Oh, he goes down at the 45. Terrific return of 54 yards for George Pettaway. And he'll give North Carolina great field position.
A great blocking up front. Look at the heap of people right here on the hash, right? They're all going down. Great blocking. And then you see the speed, and right there, just enough of the shoelace, and he couldn't stay on his feet, but across the 50. Boy, didn't that look like he was going to be hitting his head on the end zone? My goodness, that was almost a huge return for North Carolina, but sets them up with great field position here on their second offensive possession.
All right, North Carolina went 3-and-out on their first series of the game. They'll start at the Oregon 44-yard line. Drake May out of the gun. Elijah Green, his tailback. Here's Green, sprinting it out, cuts it inside, he'll gain a couple. And Elijah Green, sophomore from Roswell, Georgia, tackled by Keith Brown.
They made a point yesterday in our meetings to talking about the fact that they wanted to make sure that they were staying true to their run game. One of the things that they pride themselves on is their ability to be balanced, even though they are so efficient throwing the football. And Elijah Green is a big part of that in the backfield.
North Carolina averaging 156 yards rushing per game. Second down and 8 at the 42. May under pressure, delivers over the middle. That's a first down for the Tar Heels. This time, it's Kobe Paysour.
I mean, I just love, like, these are the little things I understand, right? It looks like a nondescript completion, but watch May, bam, back foot, ball out. He got pressure right in his grill, Gus, and he just back foot. He's going to get hit and delivers it right on the money. That's why I love watching this guy.
First down at the 31. They'll run it again with Green. Green with space, stays on his feet, picks up a first down. Flag on the play. Let's see. But a clever run for Elijah Green.
It looked like the tight end, John Copenhaver.
Offense number 81, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's exactly what it was. John Copenhaver, sophomore from Roswell, Georgia. Watch him here. He's a near side tight end. And as he's engaging right there at the end of the line of scrimmage, as the back bounces outside, I don't think Copenhaver thought he was going outside, and so he gets caught reaching with that left hand And a big old hold there.
So that'll make it first down and 20. At the 41 for Carolina. May with time. Now bounces it out of the pocket. Looking. And he tucks it. Runs it. And he'll get down at the 35-yard line. That ball squirting out. Jamal Hill with the tackle.
You know, that I think he fumbled there, and when the ball came out, it was Copenhaver who picked it up. Watch this as May is going down. See, that ball starts to squirt out, and Copenhaver picked it up alertly and carried it forward about 3 or 4 more yards.
Second down and 10 at the 31. Green. In a pile. We pick up a yard and a half.
This is the spot on the field, though. That Mac Brown, we had a great discussion with him, but part of that discussion was the fact that, he was wanting to be aggressive. And so I think that Mac is viewing this as a couple of downs to get this first down. He wants to come out here and fight and take a swing and show his team that he's in it to win it. And so this is a spot in the game and this series where I think he might go for it on fourth if they've got a short yardage.
Mac Brown in his 4th year in his return to North Carolina. May underneath, and he has his receiver, Andre Green Jr. Nice route, 7-yard pickup. J.J. Greenfield brings him to the turf.
Yeah, and this is the exact situation I was talking about. They don't need the first down with that play call, so you call something that you feel like can get you positive yardage. They get you a little bit more than that, about 6 or 7, Gus, and it sets up this short yardage 4th down scenario, and he'll keep his offense on the field.
Mac Brown coached the Tar Heels to 8 straight winning seasons from 1990 to 97. Left to go to Texas, won the national championship with VY. Vince Young. And a timeout call by Carolina. 7-0 Oregon. Carolina threatening. Back to San Diego after this. The San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by San Diego County Credit Union. It's not big bank banking, it's better. On Sunday, both teams got to enjoy some of the fun San Diego has to offer with a visit to SeaWorld. Players got to visit the animals and have some thrills on the roller coasters. Little roller coaster ride right now as we start this game. Remember, Carolina 9-4, 6-2 in the ACC. The Tar Heels won the Coastal Division of the ACC, but lost to Clemson 39-10 in the conference title game. 4th down and 1 at Oregon's 22-yard line. Elijah Green in motion. May looking. May surveying, steps up, wants the first, and he'll get it. A very patient Drake May finally turns it up for 3 yards on 4th and 1.
They're trying to create a mesh here, Gus. Watch, they're trying to get this route covered, and watch May's eyes. He's looking left, and now he realizes it's not there. Nobody's open, and now he takes off. That's the athleticism. Sneaky athletic. For a big guy, he can move. He's 6'4", 220 pounds, and he's very nimble. You know what he kind of feels like to me? He's like a young, a little bit smaller Josh Allen. That's the way he kind of plays to me.
May has rushed this season for over 700 yards. Elijah Green straight ahead.
Baby Josh. That's what he is to me. I don't know if he's got like that. Josh Allen had just like top end arm strength, right? And I don't know if Drake necessarily has that, but he's accurate. Much more accurate than Josh was at Wyoming when he was in school, but he's got that athleticism and that toughness. Kind of a big country guy, and he can get tough yardage. He can obviously extend the play. He keeps his eyes down the field. He does so many things well, but I think the best trait that he has, Gus, is he's just competitive. Youngest of 4 boys. Guy just wants to win.
2nd down and 6 at the 15-yard line. And May throwing the fade in the corner. Incomplete. That ball intended for J.J. Jones. Good coverage in the Oregon secondary.
You know, they're not only down Josh Downs, but Antoine Green not really available. So you got guys that are getting a shot here. J.J. Jones gets the shot here in the corner of the end zone, 6'2", 210. Good ball. That's one that you've got to come down with. If you get a chance like that, you've got to make the play for your quarterback. I thought it was a very accurate throw, and he ran a good route as well.
Dante Manning in coverage, the sophomore from Kansas City, brings up 3rd down and 6 at the 15. DJ Jones in the backfield now, replacing Elijah Green. Here's May. Double pumps it underneath, caught, and a 1st down for North Carolina. Bryson Nesbitt.
Nesbitt is a really good threat for them. He's a kind of a flex tight end, 6'5", 230 pounds. And there May had to work through his progression, get to about 3-4 in his progression. Found Nesbitt, delivered the ball, and moved the chains. What a good series there on here.
10th play of the drive coming up. 1st down and goal at the 8. This drive started at the 44-yard line. Green back in at running back. They'll give it to him. Chops his feet and leans forward. Gains 2. Funa with the tackle as he gets close to the 5.
Think about this drive. Obviously, they wanted to take advantage after that good return. This drive started on the plus side of the 50. And they had that, what was it, 1st and 20, Gus, after the holding call. And they've been able to stay on the field. A really positive drive here, but they've got to stick it in the end zone. You got to convert here down inside the 10.
You're absolutely right, partner. It was 1st and 20 at the 41. Now, North Carolina, 2nd down and goal at the Oregon 6. May. Underneath. Incomplete. No flag on the play. Nesbitt wanted one, but Bridges was there in coverage.
Well, Bridges is getting a chance here tonight. Christian Gonzalez probably going to get selected in the 1st round. He opted out, their best corner, and now Bridges is going to have an opportunity. Gets away with a little tug with that left hand, but there's the length. He's 6'3", and you can see that long reach is able to get in there and defend against Bryson Nesbitt.
Triquez Bridges, a sophomore from Lynette, Alabama. 6'3". 3rd down goal at the 6. May pumps in the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. Andre Green Jr.
Watch Drake May pump and open up Andre Green behind him. Here's the pump, and then watch the corner. The corner all the way on the left side of your screen. He bites to the flat, and May immediately gets that ball up into the corner for Andre Green. And Green, a freshman, a good young player, getting a chance tonight because of depth issues, goes up and makes that catch.
Green out of St. Christopher's in Richmond, Virginia. As Drake May puts it on the money. Noah Burnett comes in to attempt the extra point. Got it up and good. We're level at 7. Drake May with his 36th touchdown pass of the year. Carolina responds. Coach Crown says, attaboy. Sports athletes. Some guys that are playing on Sundays that had great days here at the Holiday Bowl.
Colt McCoy for the head coach right on the opposite sideline. 07 for Texas, and we were here last time they played this game in 2019. That Iowa team with A.J. Epinesa beat USC that night.
Noah Burnett ready to kick it off. Bucky Irving, the deep man. Irving brings it out of the end zone. Gets to the 15 with a crease, and he'll crash forward to the 30-yard line. And that will bring back onto the field Bo Nix and the Oregon offense. Game tied at 7. The Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Earlier this week, both teams were welcomed aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln in Coronado for a special tour of the warship. Players were able to walk around the ship's flight deck and learn what life looks like for members of our military at sea. A 300-yard ship. That's what the players were talking about when they came into our meeting yesterday. So Oregon with the football. First down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Jordan James in the backfield now for the Ducks. They'll give it to him running right with a big opening. Nice stutter step to pick up the first down and more as he trots out of bounds after gaining 13.
I want you to be aware of this short side of the field, okay? So short side meaning like near side here. If they're going to be on the right hash, that means the right side of the field. This is where North Carolina struggles in defense, is what I would call short side of the field or boundary run game. And I think Oregon's going to try to really attack that during the course of this game.
First down at the 43. And here's the toss. Whittington gets around the left side. And he's close to the first down. Looks like he may have it as Cedric Gray makes the tackle. Why are they weak on the short side of the field?
Well, partly it's the structure. They like to play with 5 defensive backs on the field, but what that does is that puts an immense amount of pressure on just the 2 remaining linebackers to try to align, in particular when they do things like this, Gus, with what I would call strength into that short side.
James. And this time he's tackled by Travis Shaw. He gains 6. Oregon having no problems moving the football, and they're going fast.
Yeah, they are, and that offensive line is doing a great job.
Second down and 4 at the 40-yard line. Quick strike to the far side, and it's Whittington again, the sophomore from Fort Valley, Georgia. Western Kentucky transfer, Marcus Allen with the tackle.
And here's what makes it so difficult is right there. North Carolina tried to adjust and send a pressure, an extra guy to fit against the run, but Bo Nix has options in the run game. He can just stand up, and everyone else is running the run play, and he just stands up and flips the ball onto the outside. And it's those type of options that make it very difficult to defend this Oregon team.
First down to the 30-yard line. Nix on the play action fake. Winds up, and he'll go down to the backfield. Great pressure by North Carolina as they come up with a sack. Nicely done by Kamen Rucker.
Kamen Rucker with an excellent rush here right around this left side of the offense, working against TJ Bass, and you see the double pump right there from Bo Nix. He wanted to go to his first man, couldn't quite get there, and that's what allows Rucker to get home and get that sack.
Loss of 6 yards. Rucker from Hartwell, Georgia. That'll make it second down and 16 for Oregon. Nix now, empty backfield. Trips at the top of your screen. Whittington now moves into the backfield. And the play clock winding down. And a timeout called by Oregon. And we'll stay right here. Let's go downstairs and check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, I know you guys saw Justin Herbert here watching, all smiles, cheering on Oregon. He's also here to support his brother, tight end Patrick Herbert. He's 6'5", and he actually said to me, you know, he's the athletic one in the family. So we got to keep an eye on him as well. But I also had to ask him about Bo Nix, his decision to come back for that final year. And Justin said, I think he made the right choice. And guys, we know how it worked out for Justin Herbert coming back for his final season. He is all in on Bo Nix and his choice.
Not only is Justin all in, the entire Oregon fan base couldn't be happier with Bo Nix deciding to return for another season.
I really think they'll probably start the year, I would say, just inside the top 10, right around there. I mean, this is a very good team coming back next year.
Second down and 16 at the 36-yard line. Nix with time over the middle, and it's a completed pass. Nix finding Troy Franklin, and Franklin has put up some great numbers this year in the Oregon passing game.
Yeah, and he's got some good length. He's a guy that they wanted to feature tonight. They're going to put him in what's called the X position, move him around a little bit. He's on the top of your screen right up here, and this is the type of guy that can get loose.
Nix again over the middle, and this one juggled, bobbled, and incomplete. Chase Cota was the target, well defended. This time, Power Eccles breaks it up.
Power Eccles, one of these 2 linebackers on the field. He and Cedric Gray are really the leaders. And as Cota is trying to come across that short middle area, beautiful coverage from Power Eccles right on his hip, and he's able to break up that pass and force this field goal opportunity.
Camden Lewis comes in to attempt a 47-yard field goal. On the season, he's 14 of 15 with a long of 44. This one, he pushed it right. And the score remains 7-7.
That's a good defensive series for North Carolina after Oregon was moving the ball with that run game. They get a couple of nice tackles and a couple of nice stops right there. And then just the push on the field goal. That's exactly what Mack Brown wants to see. He told us, Gus, he wants to see his team fight. That's what the main goal tonight was, to see what type of fight he was going to get from these Tar Heels. And after that first drive for Oregon, you thought this Ducks team was going to be able to just march down the field again, running the ball. But that defense bowed its neck, and they got a couple of stops. Nice job by Power Eccles. There was a tackle in there by a young defensive lineman, Travis Shaw, on one of those over routes. Did a nice job hustling down the field, and that's some good fight from that defense.
So North Carolina takes over. First down and 10 at the 29. And they'll hand it off. Elijah Green. Tar Heels determined to run the football.
They want to try to stay as balanced as they possibly can. You know, if not just for the production element of it, but what it also does is it also slows down the rush. This offensive line has given up too much pressure. You've seen some of that pressure materialize today for Drake May, so they've got to combat that with the run game.
Second down and long at the 30. Here's May. Over the middle. Caught. This time, it's Paysour. Tried to turn it up. Not a lot, but he will gain 6.
And he kind of lost a few yards, didn't he? Because after he caught it, he kind of turned around and looped around. Paysour is in that Josh Downs position. And it's a position in this offense, and it's kind of a modified air raid style offense. But, Gus, that's the key position. That guy has a lot of read routes, got to be on the same page with the quarterback.
23rd catch of the year for Paysour. 3rd and 4 at the 36. May. Scooting. May turns a corner, looking for the first down, and he has it. Using that big 6'4", 220-pound frame to get the first down, a 5-yard run on 3rd and 4.
I was talking with Dre Bly, the secondary coach for North Carolina, before the game, and I said, what do you think about Drake? Isn't he a good player? And he said, you know what I'm most impressed with, he said? His athleticism, and that has been on display here so far in the first quarter.
And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Tight game, 7-up. Oregon, North Carolina, here in San Diego at the Holiday Bowl.
Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. Well, when I look at this game, it's really about those third downs. Not a lot differentiating these teams so far, but North Carolina was able to convert on their last series offensively, stay on the field, and then they got a big sack. Both teams with a sack, but really rare for North Carolina. In fact, when you look at their defense, you know, they have not produced a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They only had 16 sacks on the year coming in, and the sack on Bo Nix on that last series was huge.
So first down to the 41 for the Tar Heels, and they'll run it with Green. Green with a nice slice as he sticks his foot in the ground. Bassa with the tackle after a gain of 7.
Yeah, and Elijah Green has been a good story for this Carolina team. Gus, he started the year last spring 5th on the depth chart. Coach just said he just kept working and working and working, and through injuries and a lot of different things, all of a sudden he gets a shot, and he's been very productive for them.
2nd and 3. May, play fake, steps up in the pocket, wants to run, has a first down. And May out of bounds, close to the 30. A 20-yard gain.
Well, there's that athleticism again. And on this one, watch the right side of the field. Because of the route structure, that whole right side of the defense gets kind of collapsed down, and all of the eyes go with the wide receivers, and May just takes off. Really smart play by him. And again, he shows us that speed. This is a guy, I'm telling you, he doesn't look fast, but he gets it done on the ground. One of the best dual threat quarterbacks that we've got in the game.
May has run for the first down on 4th and 1, 3rd and 4, and now 2nd and 3. Here's Green. Nice cutback. Finds a crease. Bossa again, but it's a 4-yard pickup.
What an opportunity for this Carolina team when you really think about it. Because of Josh Downs opting out, Antoine Green not being healthy, a guy like Andre Green, we've already seen him catch a touchdown pass. He's going to get a shot out there. J.J. Jones, Kobe Paysour, this passing attack. Drake May, he gets to work with the guys that he'll be working with next year. And this is the type of development that you want to see from your coach.
Mac Brown telling us yesterday that he thinks his Tar Heels are really going to be good next year. And they have 9 wins this season. And May just throws it away. But to record 10 wins in a season, Joel, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it sure is. They were just saying he was outside of the pocket, so there's no foul for intentional grounding. But you're exactly right. The 10-win threshold is a huge deal. And think about what Mac Brown inherited was not a good program. And he came back. You know, he was doing our job, right? I mean, he had the good life out
And he
here.
was good at it.
He was.
He was great in broadcast.
And I remember texting with him, and I was like, what are you doing? What are you going back? And he said, and I remember reading the text, he said, I just want to go back and help kids. And that's what he's done, and he's put this program back on the map.
Social impact. Here's May. Breaks contained, and this one thrown low and incomplete. You know, we go back with Coach Brown a long way now. 12 years we've known Coach Brown covering college football, dating back to his time in Texas. And one thing I could say about this man, he is kind, he is considerate, he has the utmost amount of class, especially when dealing with young people and young men.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
4th down and 6. Carolina going for it. Empty backfield for their star quarterback, Drake May, who's been electric in the first half. Here's May. Underneath, caught, and a first down. Tar Heels. Nicely executed. J.J. Jones finding a soft spot, gain of 11.
What I love here is that May understands that he's going to get a couple of guys dropping out. He knows to just drift ever so slightly to the right side of the pocket. Did you see that? That's some nuanced stuff right there. He knows he's got a free rusher coming out of his left, and he's got to give his wide receiver, J.J. Jones, just a beat to get away from that dropping linebacker. That is next level stuff right there. That's graduate level stuff from a guy that's just been playing his first year of college football, and this is why guys like me are so excited about his future.
First down at the 17 of Oregon. May, and he'll go down. Bossa shooting the gap, and Jeffrey Bossa sacks May.
Well,
a loss of 8.
And a great move on the guard right there. And Ed Montelis has got to do a better job than that. I mean, he just gets beat quickly, and there's nothing May can do. Bossa with a beautiful little club, and forgive the pun because he's actually got a club on his hand, but that's the club move. He kind of clubs him and swims him and gets around and right in the face of the quarterback.
Bossa, a sophomore from Kearns, Utah. 2nd down and 18 at the 25 for Carolina. And they'll hand it off to D.J. Jones. And Jones diving forward in front of Mace Funa. 8-yard gain.
Well, it's pretty clear that we've seen Mac Brown's going to be aggressive, and he's going to be aggressive on 3rd down. So here, when you've got a 3rd down opportunity, what you're thinking about as a play caller or even a defensive play caller is that you've got to defend 2 downs here. And if you're a quarterback, you don't have to force it past the sticks to stay on the field. And so May knows he can check it down, he can run it, he can do all of these things because he's likely going to stay on the field and go for it on 4th.
3rd down and 10 of the 17 for North Carolina. May. Near side and incomplete. Looks like his receiver slipped. That's J.J. Jones. And that brings up 4th and 10.
Well, now at 4th and 10, they are going to kick the field goal. And Jones right here, you're right, partner, he just slipped as he's trying to get back to the ball. And this end of the field is a little bit slippery. This is the end of the field that the baseball diamond is on. We've got a lot of rain in the last few days here in the San Diego area, and it just hasn't drained quite as well as the opposite end of the field. where you don't have the baseball diamond underneath.
Noah Burnett comes in 13 of 18 on the season with a long of 47 yards. This one from 34 yards away. Got it up, and he missed it. He pushes one right. Each field goal kicker has pushed one right. The score remains 7-7. Over 10 minutes to play in the second quarter of the Holiday Bowl. Back after this. Welcome back to the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox. Beautiful San Diego, California. What a special place, folks. And we've got the 43rd Holiday Bowl for you. First time a game of football has ever been played here at Petco Park. Noah Whittington. And the field also in a little bit of trouble, Joel. It rained a lot yesterday, this morning as well, and they're kind of trying to do their best to hook it up here.
Yeah, and again, that's the spot where the baseball diamond is, and so that's where the dirt is, would be underneath that new sod that they laid down, and just nowhere for that rain to go. But they're doing a nice job here in between our stoppages, and you know, it's actually holding up pretty good.
Whittington with the run, a first down. Let's go downstairs to Jen.
Well, and you guys, we noticed the conditions, right? But the grounds crew, I've been talking to them throughout this game. They are doing everything in their power to try to dry it up. And I know, Joel, you mentioned that sand. I mean, they are on it. Every moment they get, they're trying to make sure they can keep the conditions playable.
First down and 10 of the 31. And here's the pitch. Whittington. And Whittington tracked down from behind by Kamen Rucker. I mean, you know, Jenny coming back from the World Cup, that beautiful game, and I'm surprised that she still remembers what's going on with the game of football.
No, you're not surprised.
You know?
You're not surprised.
She was over there for 35 days.
I know, and they did such a good job. Jenny, you guys did such a great job covering what turned out to be an epic World Cup. And we've had a chance to debrief over the last few days here in San Diego. I mean, what an amazing final with Messi and Mbappe, and you just heard the extent of Joel Klatt's soccer.
You did a great job. Second and 7. Irving breaks it back with room, bounces it outside. He's got a burst. Bucky Irving down the sideline. Touchdown, Oregon. 66 yards.
You're going to see an unbelievable block here from the tight end. Watch the tight end is coming around. This is Cam McCormick. Cam McCormick right there gets one Tar Heel, and it turns into 2 Tar Heels. Bam! And now Bucky Irving is gone. Good cutback, getting back to the right side, and he turns on the Jets.
13-7. Camden Lewis comes in. Extra point, good. 14-7 Oregon. Bucky Irving, the Minnesota transfer from Chicago, Illinois, making a name for himself out west. And his Ducks take a 7-point lead over North Carolina. Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads college football in passing touchdowns? This young man going buck wild in the first half. Bucky Irving, 5 carries, 107 yards and a touchdown. He had back-to-back 100-yard games in November, including a career-high 146 against Washington. 6 career 100-yard games. And Dan Lanning, the 36-year-old first-year head coach, has to be happy with the way his young running back is playing. So Oregon will send it away. Petaway, who had a great return the last time he touched it, allows this one to go into the end zone for touchback.
Well, look at this start to the game for Bucky Irving. Great moves in space. When there's a free defender, he's making a miss. He's finishing very tough behind his pads. There was the touchdown. And then that cutback right there after the great block from Cam McCormick. And he takes it the distance. 5 for 107, now 1,000 yards on the season. And Buck Irving he's doing it, folks. This is a guy from Chicago, just a sophomore. I think he's got a really bright future ahead of him. Now with 1,016 yards, first career 1,000 rush yard season. 6.9 per, too. I mean, like, this is a dominant run game and a clear strength for them tonight.
First down, here's Petaway. Let's go downstairs and check it with Jen.
Gus, I know you love the story behind the name. So he is actually Marquise, but he's been Bucky since he was 2 years old. And you mentioned he was at Minnesota. Well, the team had a problem calling him Bucky. That is because of their rival, University of Wisconsin, their mascot, Bucky the Badger. They were calling him Bucko. He didn't love that nickname. That's not the reason he left, though. He said he wanted a place he could compete. He said Oregon was home, and what a fit it has been for Bucky.
All right, thank you very much, Jenny. I knew another Marquise that had a great nickname years ago. 2nd and 6 at the 29.
Hollywood.
That's my man right there.
I'll never forget it. I will never forget it, folks. It was a early November afternoon in Manhattan, Kansas. OU playing Kansas State, and Marquise became Hollywood on I think it was like a 3rd and 7 going right to left, and that came out, and I was like, oh, that one's gonna stick.
That's right. Marquise Irving is the young man we're watching today. First down and 10 at the 36 for Carolina now. Down 14-7. And the Tar Heels run it with Green, looking for space. 2 yards on the play. Bassa's been doing an extremely good job defensively for Oregon.
Yeah, this is a defense that, listen, they know that they need to get better. Tosh Lapoy, their defensive coordinator, and Dan Lanning, for that matter, who's the head coach, who really made his name as the coordinator for Georgia. They know that they need to improve defensively. They're without 3 of their better players tonight who've opted out, getting ready for the National Football League, and they know that some of these young players have just got to get better right away.
2nd down and 8 at the 38. May all day to throw that one, and he puts it on the money. That's a strike to Kobe Paysour. A 7-yard gain. They need a yard for first.
This guy just understands where to put the football. You got to communicate with your ball placement. Right there, he just takes him outside, and now he sneaks it for the first down as penalty markers fly. I think that Oregon got caught with a substitution, illegal substitution here.
Illegal substitution. Defense, more than 11 on the field at the snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Results in a first down.
See Oregon trying to jog off right here and just did not get to the sideline before Drake May was able to snap that ball, and was going to sneak forward anyways, but it'll be a first down for Carolina.
At midfield. Here comes a blitz. May tucks it. May gets to the sideline. May still running. Drake May using his legs. He'll gain 24 yards on the play. And he's had a terrific rushing first half.
So he's going to pump this over. He wants Elijah Green right there, but he just sees it and he knows, like, hey, I've got space right down the middle of the field. He gets released from his offensive lineman, almost like a little bit of a quarterback draw right there. Gets over to the left, and that's a really good run.
7 carries, 41 yards for May in the first half from the quarterback position. And he'll loft it in the corner, and incomplete. No flags on the play intended for Paysour. Great defense by Bennett Williams.
Boy, Bennett Williams was all over him. Maybe gets away with a little contact, but turns back and plays that ball, extends, and Paysour could just not get any space. Tried to go up with that right hand. Really accurate throw, but good defense from Bennett Williams there in the end zone.
Bennett Williams, the National Player of the Week after his performance against Utah. 2nd down and 10 at the 26. May underneath, caught, and another first down for North Carolina. Copenhaver this time secures it and gains 11.
Boy, they've done a nice job with that little underneath passing game, haven't they? just finding the tight ends, finding a little bit of space there. It's either been that or Drake May's ability to run that has really been the most effective thing for Carolina offensively so far in this first half. What they were able to do to get their touchdown, though, is they eventually had to strike up over the top, and they did it with their young wide receiver, Andre Green. And Green right now is going to be at the top of your screen.
First down at the Oregon 15. And May decides to run it. This time they were ready for him. A lot of moving parts, Joel, for this North Carolina offensive coaching staff.
Yeah, well, they lose their offensive coordinator, Bill Longo, and he's going to go be the offensive coordinator at Wisconsin. And so what ends up happening now is that tonight you're going to get Lonnie Galloway calling plays, but they also lost their offensive line coach. He's also going to go to Wisconsin with Luke Fickell, Jack Bicknell. And so they've got basically a GA stepping in to be the offensive line coach. Matt Brown was talking to us about just the calendar in college football and how much a head coach has to juggle between transfers, recruiting, and putting the staff together this bowl period.
Second down and 9. Here's the fade in the corner and incomplete. No flags on the play once again. J.J. Jones was the intended receiver. Great defense. That's Jaleel Florence. No, make that Anthony Jones defensively.
If you're wondering why Carolina, went on their 3-game skid at the end of the year, it's been the red zone. The red zone has been the issue and the problem over the last 3 games. And, they were able to score the touchdown in the first one, but it's really been their inability to run the football in the red zone that has led to these losses. First to Georgia Tech, then North Carolina State, and then Clemson.
Florence was the defender on that last play, folks. Third down and 9 at the 14.
Before the ball was snapped, timeout, North Carolina, their second of the half.
We'll take a break. 7-point game. Back to San Diego after this. 14-7, our score here. Oregon on top of North Carolina. Tar Heels threatening, though. Third down and 9 to the 14. May looking, guns it in the end zone, touchdown Carolina. Bryson Nesbitt and Drake May through a frozen rope.
I mean, you can't throw a better ball than this from Drake May. I mean, watch this window that he's throwing in the end zone. First of all, he's going to get right over the top of this linebacker right there, and then the ball is out. Bam! Great timing, anticipation, and a beautiful throw. And Nesbitt, with that 6'5" frame, is able to go up, get his body on the ball, and bring it down. That was a beautiful ball from Drake May.
2 touchdowns here in the first half for Drake May. As Carolina adds the extra point, 10 plays covering 75 yards. They score in 4 minutes and 39 seconds. And we've got a good one brewing here in San Diego, folks. 14 up, 4:34 to play in the first half. The San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Allstate, reminding you that football season is mayhem. And by Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Bryson Nesbitt with his 4th touchdown catch of the season. His 5th straight game with 2 or more catches. May throws his 2nd touchdown pass of the first half, and we are level at 14.
Well, let's see what this Oregon offense can do to answer. It's been much easier for them because they've scored their 14 points on just 17 snaps, whereas UNC has had to work for it. We've seen them on 3rd down, 4th down, having to convert. They've taken 37 plays for their 14.
Burnett sends it away. Bucky Irvin is the deep man. He's got 2 touchdowns, taking knee in the end zone. Friday, John Cena makes his long-awaited return to the ring. You'll see Cena and Kevin Owens take on undisputed champ Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn in a match that can't be missed. Catch WWE Friday Night SmackDown at 8 Eastern on Fox. 14-14, 4:34 to go here in the second quarter. The Holiday Bowl on Fox. Bo Nix and the Ducks take over on offense with the football at their own 25. And the handoff. No, they throw it far side and it's caught. Terrence Ferguson, the tight end, sophomore out of Denver. And Marcus Allen there defensively, 11-yard gain.
Big tight end target, 6'5", 255 pounds. It's a mismatch on the outside with a small corner.
First down and 10 of the 36. Near side this time, and it's caught by Chris Hudson. And Hudson crosses that 40-yard line, gets up close to the 42.
So you might be wondering, like, hey, they've been running the ball so well. Why aren't they just running the ball? Well, because now North Carolina has committed an extra hat down to the box. So Bo Nix is reading that, and he's like, okay, we got the numbers outside, and he just flips it outside.
2nd and 5. Nix double clutching. Dive forward. Not a lot. Right in front of Cedric Gray.
Nice job by DeAndre Boykins, number 16 right there. Thus, he was what I would call the support defender on that side, and he baited Bo Nix into thinking that he was going to defend the run, and then he jumped outside, and that's why Bo Nix had to pump and just kind of dive forward.
Sophomore out of Concord, North Carolina. 3rd down and 4 at the 42. Nix. All day to throw the football. He's got the first down, finds Ferguson, his tight end, and he'll rumble forward and get down to the 30-yard line, a 25-yard gain.
Well, what you're going to get is the crossing routes, but they kind of get mixed up with one another, so they've got great protection, and that's the reason Nix is able to come all the way back to that left side. He finds Ferguson and moves the chains. Terrific job by that offensive line, giving Nix the time to get to that third man in the progression.
1st and 10 at the Carolina 32.
Coming to you, Marcus.
Nix pulls it out, decides to run it, and he'll slide down as he gets inside the 30 for a 3-yard gain.
I love the adjustments that are made during the course of the game because North Carolina has changed on this series. They are committing more to that run game. That's why Oregon has had to go to those little, screen passes, easy throws on the outside. Now you see Nix as he's in that zone read style fake. They're committing to stop the run, so he takes it on the outside. Love all this stuff going on.
2nd down and 7. And the handoff. Whittington. Bo Nix, interesting young man. Got married 6 months ago. His wife's name is Izzy. Izzy Smoke was her maiden name. And we thought after we talked to him, maybe Bo should change his name to Bo Smoke. That would be nice.
I was going to say, like, as good of a name as Bo Nix is, right, it's a great name.
That's a great name.
Bo Smoke?
Bo Smoke.
I mean, come on.
You never know. 3rd down and 5 at the 27. Here's Nix. Flat-footed Nix underneath, checked it down, picked up the first. Troy Franklin with the catch, and Franklin's had a wonderful season. Came into this game with 56 catches for 867 yards and 8 touchdowns.
And Nix has all the time in the world to find him, right? I mean, how do you get that much time? A great offensive line, and that's allowing Troy Franklin to work, find the space, get open, and then Nix is able to find him.
From East Palo Alto, California, Troy Franklin. 1st down and 10 of the 21. Here's the pitch. Whittington trying to square his shoulders. He'll get out of bounds. Crossing the 20. 5-yard gain. Cedric Gray ushers him out of play.
Good offensive series here for this Oregon team. But it really is, and remember what I said right at the outset, the heartbeat of this team is up front. Gus, you can see that whether they're trying to run the ball or throw the ball. That offensive line is dictating the terms of this game. And this Ducks team, 62 points scored in the last 2 minutes of the first half this season. That is really good.
And we haven't seen any Bucky Irving on this drive. Remember, he's over 100 yards rushing on 5 carries, a couple touchdowns. 2nd and 5 of the 16. Nix delivers, and it's intercepted. Down the sideline. Power Eccles looks like he just picked it up before it hit the turf. And if it stands, it's the first turnover of the game.
This ball was batted around. Here's Cedric Gray, 33. So he's the one defending. Ferguson kind of hits it, and then watch that up off the leg.
Oh,
the toe.
He kicked it.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Jenny, that's what she saw in Qatar.
What do they call that, a touch, Jenny?
Oh, yeah, you guys got it. You guys are all over the soccer terms now. Well done.
He one-timed it.
That was
a play.
Unbelievable. Holy cow. Gus, that's the best interception I've seen all year.
Oh, my gosh.
Power Eccles gave a little toe punch, and it comes up right to him. And North Carolina now set up on the plus side of the 50, inside of 35 seconds to go in the second quarter.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Messi would be proud.
Oh, yes, he would.
The ruling on the previous play was an interception. The play's under further review.
And even when the officials see this one.
Now, the only thing I'll say is, if he, like, we're joking around about like he kicked it to himself. An intentional kick is illegal, but this does not look intentional, right? He's going. His toe is just coming up. I don't think that that's overtly intentional in my book. You know, at least there's nothing that you can say. Like, watch, see, it just kind of comes off his foot, and then it's there for him to intercept. I certainly hope that they would keep this as an interception.
Power Eccles, sophomore from Charlotte. Chambers High School. Eccles, his 2nd career interception. First this season, if it stands. And he had a 40-yard return as well.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's an interception. First down, North Carolina.
How about that? Power Eccles. And, you know, Eccles, very versatile athlete. He was a star basketball player at one time at Western Michigan, who averaged more than 9 rebounds a game. And that was his mom. His mom was a star ball player. First down and 10 at the 49. May steps into the throw, and it's caught. Pacer, touchdown Tar Heels. 49 yards.
Watch May step up first. All right, the first move is the ability to step on the pocket right there. And then the anticipation throws an absolute dime to Kobe Pacer in stride, and he just runs right through it to the end zone. Pacer wasn't even looking when that ball first was released, and then he finally gets his head around, and Power Eccles on the bench is like, that is right. I set you up, you take it home. Drake May a dime to Kobe Pacer, and the Tar Heels stun the Ducks here at the end of the second quarter.
3 touchdown passes in the first half for Drake May. And he hit Pacer in stride as Carolina takes their first lead of the game. Burnett for the extra point. 21-14, 26 seconds to go here in the first half.
I mean, he's made Gus, already 4 or 5 of some of the best throws I've seen all year long. I mean, anticipation, the ability to manipulate the pocket. And how about this turn of events right here? You've got Gray with coverage. It comes off his calf, and boop, a little touch. Power Eccles takes it down the sideline, and then they come out here, and Drake May rips an absolute lethal strike to Kobe Paysour, and they score one play. I tell you what, that was some sensational stuff right there. I get excited when I see great quarterback play, and this guy's doing all of it, Gus, right? The little manipulation and athleticism in the pocket, the anticipation and accuracy down the field, the power to drive it down the field into the secondary and really the third level. I tell you, and he's running the ball. Like, what are we doing? This guy's one of the best players I've seen all year.
And he's young. Redshirt freshman. Comes from an athletic family. North Carolina, the heart and soul of the May family. We'll take you through that later in this game. Don't forget, coming up, Sergeant Mike Hill and the boys are standing by with the State Farm halftime show.
I know our guy Accio is excited for Mac Brown. I know he picked Carolina because of his ties, Mac recruiting him to Texas, and obviously Mac has done a heck of a job, with this Carolina team. And listen, they've been decimated by guys hitting the portal, some injuries on the defensive line. Their best wide receiver is down. I'm not saying that hasn't also happened to Oregon, and I'm not giving excuses to anybody, but man, they've come out here and fought.
And here's Nix sprinting out of the pocket, throws on the move underneath, and it's caught at midfield. One timeout remaining.
Holding. Offense number 3. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's Ferguson, the tight end, with 18 seconds left. Each team has a timeout left.
Ferguson just got caught there. They were trying to roll the pocket. They do this really well. When they get Nix outside of the pocket, he's very dangerous throwing the ball down the field. And Ferguson's here right on the right side of your screen, and he doesn't really need to do this. But, he kind of gets his arms wrapped around and then just kind of tackles him down as Nix was already outside of that contained player. So a little mistake there from Ferguson.
First down and 20 at the 15. Irving gets outside and spins. Finally upended by Will Hardy. And that'll take us to the end of the first half. And what an exciting first half it was here at the Holiday Bowl. North Carolina on top of Oregon. 21-14 at the break. Mike Hill and the guys with the State Farm halftime show after this.
I'm gonna be a big deal, be a big shot. Don't think too small, don't put me in a box. I'm a big deal, I'm a big shot. Make 'em stop and say, I'm gonna be a big deal.
Welcome back to the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox. And we're ready for the second half. 21-14, Carolina on top of Oregon. Gus Johnson along with my partner Joel Clapp. Man, we've got a game. What an exciting first half. 21-14 Carolina, and somehow the Tar Heels just whipped the momentum of this game around.
And it really was because of their quarterback play. And Drake May made a couple of plays. I want to show you these plays because they are next level quarterback play. Let's go to his first touchdown, Gus, and check out what he's able to do right there. He's going to draw that corner outside, and then he throws a dime behind him, right? Well, that's great. Okay, he does it once. Well, now check out his second touchdown pass. He's got 3 defenders that he's got to thread the needle Great timing, anticipation, and accuracy. Bam, that's a great throw. And then this was the best one of them all. He's got the safety moving this way, and so what does he have? He's got a little area right there on the field. Boom. Throws an absolute laser beam with pressure in the pocket after he had manipulated his way to get free, and he throws it to Kobe Baysor. I mean, those plays are ridiculously good for any quarterback, much less a quarterback that lost his offensive coordinator, that lost his best wide receiver. He's out there with a shaky offensive line and was just absolutely throwing dimes, and that's the reason North Carolina is up 21-14.
Carolina's May, 10 of 18, 129 yards, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Remember, this young man has thrown for over 4,000 yards this season. He came into this game with 35 touchdown passes. He's rushed for over 700 yards coming into this game, 41 yards rushing in the first half. So, wow, what a young player, and he's a baby. So Noah Burnett will send it away. Oregon won the toss in the first half, deferred, so they will receive Bucky Irving, who's also had a tremendous first half, back to return it, and he'll start from his own 6-yard line, crosses the 20, gets to the 25 before being taken down. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, I know you guys were going to be pleased with what you saw from Drake May, so I asked Mac Brown the same thing. Was that the best half you've really seen from him? He goes, no, that's just my quarterback. I expect it from him. He has been impressive. But the biggest thing, how pleased he's been with the fight from his guys. He said they're playing confident, they're playing loose. Had that huge play on defense. He wanted to see his guys compete, and boy, Coach Brown was happy. Coach Lanning said you can't turn the ball over. We're tackling okay. Special teams, we hurt us a little bit, but guys are fired up to get back out there. We got a whole second half of Oregon football coming your way.
All right, Coach Lanning, 2-time national champion football coach with Alabama and Georgia. First down and 10 of the 26. Irving trying to get outside, but this time Carolina ready for him. Cedric Gray beat him to the spot. That's a loss of 2.
And this Carolina defense, what they're going to need to do in the second half is really sell out to stop the run. Put the game onto Bo Nix, the quarterback for the Oregon Ducks. Create some one-on-ones on the outside. Challenge Oregon to be a drop-back passing team, because the bottom line was Oregon ran the ball way too efficiently in the first half. They ran for over 9 a pop, Gus, and that's where I would live if I was Oregon, try to get back on track with that run game.
Second down and 12 at the 24. Nix over the middle, and nothing. Troy Franklin with the catch, but he's slung down by Gray once again.
And this defense now has an early opportunity to get off the field. After the last time they were on the field, they got that great turnover. It looked like Oregon was going down to get a score. They would get the ball to start the second half. They were inside the red zone, and the Tar Heels got the turnover, that Power Echols interception, and now here they are, a play away from getting off the field on the first possession of the second half.
Third down and 12 at the 24. Nix with time, delivers sideline high and incomplete. Franklin the target, Marcus Allen defensively.
And Nix had him, just overthrew him. He had all the time in the world back there in the pocket, but his feet stopped. And once you lose the rhythm of your feet as a quarterback, watch Nix as he's going to get, and he's going to look over to his left. But see right here, he just totally stops. Well, now he's flat-footed, and when you try to throw the ball, you jump at it, and it sails on you. Okay, he's got to step through his drop and keep his feet moving just a little bit, and that rhythm will create accuracy.
First punt of the game tonight for Oregon. Adam Barry sends it away. George Pettaway had to take a bounce and will be down near the 30-yard line. And that brings Drake May back on the field for the first time here in the second half. I remember when I was doing SEC games years ago and Peyton Manning was playing at Tennessee. Peyton was criticized because he kept those feet chopping for having happy feet.
See, I think it establishes a little bit of rhythm, and when you keep the timing of the offense in your feet, it can help you get through your progression. Think of it this way. You get back to the back end of your drop back, and then one hitch up, and it's all controlled. You're not just chopping. It's all controlled. You hitch up once, now you're to the second man in the progression. You hitch up a second time, you're to the third man in the progression. And that timing, Gus, helps the offense, and it helps you as a quarterback.
First down to the 30-yard line for North Carolina. Green corralled and taken down as he crosses the line of scrimmage by Keith Brown.
This Oregon defense has to adjust here in the second half, and they've got to sit in one of two molds. They either need to get aggressive, Tosh LaPoy, the defensive coordinator, and send guys and get pressure on Drake May. And if they don't send the pressure, they need to drop 8 into coverage. That's what North Carolina State and Clemson did in the last couple of games to May, and it confused him at times.
2nd and 9 at the 31. May drops it off, incomplete. Well defended by this Oregon team. Steve Stevens knocks it away from Kamari Morales.
There was that blitz, so they pressured him on that play, and now on 3rd and 9, we'll see what Tosh LaPoy wants to do. Clemson had a lot of success, Gus, in that ACC championship game where they would only rush 3 defensive linemen, drop 8 into coverage, and it forced May to hold the ball longer than he wanted to.
North Carolina losing that game to Clemson 39-10. 3rd down and 9 at the 31. May, here comes a blitz. They pick it up, deflected and knocked down as the ball crossed the line of scrimmage. Brandon Dorless got a big hand on it, and that'll force Carolina to punt.
What I love here is that you're going to get a blitz from the left, but then watch Dorless. Gus, he just kind of creeps over, and he's not rushing, and he reads the eyes of the quarterback. Then he jumps up, and he's able to bat it down. So they confused May into thinking that he had to throw the ball hot right away because of the blitz, and there was Dorless just creeping down to the left side, and he's able to get the hand on the ball and bat it away.
Ben Kiernan punting it from his own 16. Chris Hudson back deep. End over end. Hudson fields it on the run, tries to turn and loses an edge. And it'll be downed at the 27, a 37-yard punt on the play. Coming up, Bo Nix in the offense right after this. The San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Today's game was featured on the free-to-play Fox Bet Super 6 Predictor app. One of the questions in tonight's contest was, which team will have more total yards and how many more yards will they have? Well, Bo Nix needs to get his yards up. Nix has thrown just for 88 yards and hasn't had a noteworthy rush yet.
Yeah, and at the end of the season, Gus, he was hurting some ankle injuries throughout the years, and again this year really slowed him down as far as the way that he runs the football, and it's, I think, progressed here tonight.
Nix came into this game rushing for over 500 yards. This time it's Bucky Irving. He continues to add to his numbers, gains 11 there.
He's just different, right? When Bucky Irving touches the ball, you can tell there's a different type of burst and short area quickness.
First down, Irving again. And it'll gain 1.
But again, look at how low the safeties are playing now. This is clear. What Gene Chizik, the defensive coordinator, what he's decided to do is he said, okay, I'm not just going to let you run the ball on us like they did in that first quarter and early second quarter. They're going to try to get this into a game in which Bo Nix has to drop back and throw it with the low safeties. And here's one of those low safeties right there.
2nd down and 9. And it's Irving slashing through the North Carolina defense. It'll be close to the first down. Cedric Gray with the tackle. Let's see where they spot it, and they will pick up the first down. Irving continuing to play well. First down. Runs it again. And Irving. And after that great first quarter and a great start to the second quarter, they went away from Bucky Irving, put him on the bench. I don't know if it was to get him some rest, but he lost that kind of sizzle he had.
Throughout the year, they've rotated these backs. Bucky Irving, Noah Whittington, Jordan James has even gotten a lot of run. Whittington came in with 752 yards, 5 touchdowns, over 125 carries on the season. So it's something that this Ducks team has done for the better part of the season.
2nd and 5 at the 47. Nix handing it off to Whittington, and Whittington just crushed as he tries to get to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Cedric Gray, Marcus Allen combining on the tackle.
And here's another third down opportunity. On that last one, what we saw, Nix had all sorts of time, missed high as he was trying to get Troy Franklin on the left side. Now let's see what they go with here. And again, Nix is just not himself as far as a runner. You can tell that he's not quite healthy. Doesn't necessarily want to run. So is it going to be just that straight drop back game?
3rd down and 5 at the 47. Nix checks it underneath, caught, and Franklin leans forward. Looks like he has the first in front of Gio Biggers. 1st down.
Watch, it's just a little spot route. Boom, he just sits right there, and then he's able to lean forward. And you're right, he did a nice job, Gus, extending that ball across the line to gain in order to move the chains.
Franklin on the day, 4 catches, 18 yards. 1st down to the 42. Oregon cobbling together a solid drive so far. And the handoff to Whittington. He stutter steps and gets to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Ritzy with the tackle.
Watch Javari right here. So you've got Javari on the defensive end, Ritzy. And Ritzy is able to, he's unblocked and he kind of slow plays it, forces the handoff, and then he collapses down and he makes the tackle. That's a really good job from Ritzy, making the play and patient enough to force Nix to hand the ball off.
Sophomore from Kernersville, North Carolina, Glenn High School, 2nd and 10 at the 42. And another run. Whittington, can he get outside? Cuts it inside. And he'll go down inside the 40. DeAndre Boykin's first man to him after he got 4. 7 runs, 1 pass on this drive.
And they've been able to force him to have to convert on some of these 3rd downs here, and now another one. They went drop back pass on the last couple of 3rd downs. We'll see where they go here. And Troy Franklin on just that little sit down route. Now they're going to have this bunch set, 3 wide receivers here near side.
Ducks rotating the running backs. Now Jordan James in there. It's been Irving, Whittington, and James. Here's James, gets through the hole, picks up a 1st down as he gets to the North Carolina 30.
Well, right here you get a blitz. Okay, so North Carolina decides to blitz. I believe that's Power Eccles right there. He's blitzing on the interior, but that vacates an area, and they're able to exploit that with the run game. Chapman Jr. thought he was able to get in there for a tackle, but not able to get him down, and Oregon can just run there on a 3rd and long for a 1st down.
Bucky Irving back in, 1st and 10 of the 30. Nick sprints out, looks backside, delivers, and he's got a receiver, but not a lot. Well done by the Carolina defense as Cam McCormick made the reception.
Boy, these 2 linebackers, Gus, we've called their name quite a bit, right? Cedric Gray, Power Eccles. They've been pretty good so far. I know that they've been giving up some yards in the run game at times here, but these 2 linebackers have done a really nice job against the pass. And at this point on this drive, what you can say is North Carolina is doing a nice job of keeping them in front of them. Right? Nothing big, nothing over the top. Even there, they're trying to confuse them and get something back going the other direction. And Carolina stayed disciplined and right with it.
Player down, Cam McCormick, 21-14. And don't forget, you still have a chance to win $100,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money on Sunday simply by playing Fox Bet Super 6. Players have already won over $1 million of Terry's money this NFL season. So download the Super 6 app on your phone and play for free. I knew Terry had a lot of money, Joe, but jeez, oh, Pete, he didn't away a lot.
Got enough to just give it away like that.
McCormick looks like he may have dislocated a finger. He pulled it out, and he's ready to get back on the field. 2nd down and 8. Oregon down by 7. Bo Nix looking near side. Whittington bottled up, driven backwards, no gain. He may have even lost a yard on the play. This time it's Power Eccles who had the big-time interception in the first half and a 40-yard return to set up the go-ahead touchdown.
Really good tackling on this series so far from this North Carolina team, forcing Oregon to earn every single yard, but they've been able to get the conversions. Run or pass, they've been able to move the chains. This one, the most difficult, though, the longest third down opportunity that they've had on the series.
Third down and 8 yards to go. Nix steps up, wants to run, and goes down as he crosses the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down and 7.
I would expect them from this field position. They're not all that confident in their long kicking game. Obviously, Dan Lanning, I mean, he'll go for it on any field position. We've seen that. Obviously, against Washington, inside of 2 minutes, went for it in his own territory, kind of bit them, ended up losing the game when they weren't successful, but they'll stay on the field here.
13th play of the drive that started at the Oregon 28. 4th down and 7. Bo Nix, and incomplete, and Oregon turns it over on downs. Chase Cota, the intended receiver, coming up. North Carolina with the football, up by 7 points. Went to Oklahoma. There's a kid that used to go to Oklahoma that's playing some lights out football in college football right now. First down and 10 at the 27. This ball goes to the sideline, caught by Copenhagen. Nice game. How about Spencer Rattler? In the last 2 games for South Carolina, he beat Tennessee, threw for 438 on 30 of 37, 6 touchdowns, no picks. Then the next week against Clemson, 25 of 39, 360, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They'll take on Notre Dame in the Gator Bowl. This kid is really playing some good football at South Carolina. So happy to see that he was able to turn things around when he left Oklahoma. 3rd down and short. Tar Heels need 2 yards. Here's Green looking for the first down, and he has it as he submarines forward.
That's a big pickup there. Elijah Green, told you about him earlier in the game. The guy's just worked his guts out coming into this bowl game. Over 500 yards on the ground. Catches it decently out of the backfield. He's a guy that hauled in 17 catches for over 100 yards during the course of the season. But you know, this offense is really about trying to, you got to keep your quarterback clean, and you got to do that by having some effective run game through the course of the game. Slow down the rush so that Drake May can get it loose.
First down at the 39. May bounces out of the pocket, throws across his body. Nice catch. This time, it's Copenhagen with a 5-yard gain the hard way.
I was going to say, is this the best 5-yard gain of the season so far? Look at that. Wow. Oh, my goodness. And then he's able to corral it and gets upended all the way head over heels for the 5-yard gain.
Palmed it, brought it in, picked up positive yardage. 2nd and 5 now. Thumbs up from his quarterback. Here's May, looking far side, delivers down the field. Oh, he overthrew his target, who was open. That's Kobe Paysour, and he'd like to have that one back.
Yeah, that's one of the first ones that he's missed. Paysour was wide open. May made the correct read, steps up in the pocket, and just overthrows Kobe Paysour. Now, what we saw early in this game and really throughout the first half is that he was dynamic with the ball placement and accuracy, anticipation, and that one just a hair long brings up a 3rd down.
3rd and 5. And he wants to run it and will not get there. This will be a loss on the play. Well done. Funa brings him down.
Well, you're going to get the all-out blitz from Oregon right here. But what they do is that there are some of the guys that are engaging and then reading what the quarterback is doing. Dorless is one of those. For the second straight series, what we see is that Dorless engages, and then he's not in a full rush mode. But what he's doing is that he's reading the quarterback, and then he's there to get him when he's trying to break contain outside of the pocket.
Kiernan ready to punt it away from the 27. Cota, the deep man. Here's Cota, lets it go over his head, takes a long bounce. And it looks like it'll be down inside the 1-yard line. Terrific special teams coverage by North Carolina. A 57-yard punt. Oregon will be pinned deep. The San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Taco Bell's $2 grilled chicken burritos. 21-14, North Carolina on top of Oregon here at the Holiday Bowl. Great crowd on hand to watch this. I mean, come on, Joel. Who wouldn't want to come to San Diego?
I know, right? What do they say? Drink it in.
Oregon, though, they've got a long way to go as you take a look at their last 4 possessions. It's been tough.
Yeah, they have. And that last one, I mean, 13 plays, nearly 7 minutes off the clock. And they don't get anything out of it, getting stopped on 4th down.
So a first down inside the 1. Whittington, the deep back, will try to give him some room, and he does. He runs into a pile. Picks up 3 yards.
You know, at some point, it might not be here until they get a first down, if they can get a first down here after being backed up. But at some point here, even though their forte is not drop back pass, they're going to need to try to throw the ball down the field, because North Carolina's defense is so close to the line of scrimmage, knowing that Oregon just wants to establish the run.
2nd and 7. Nix rolls out, delivers, and a nice pass as he finds his tight end, Patrick Herbert, Justin's little brother. A gain of 7.
Now another one of these 3rd downs, but this one much more manageable. You can sit in there with your tight ends on the field, and you've got to feel like with those 5 guys up front, those veteran offensive linemen, this Oregon team's got to feel like they can just hand the football off here and get a yard against North Carolina.
3rd down and 1. Whittington remains in the backfield. And they'll give it to him, and he's ambushed in the backfield. No gain. Cedric Gray came out of nowhere. And Oregon will have to punt.
Here's Cedric Gray. He does a great job of getting inside the block of his tight end, this tight end right here. He just wiggles right down to the inside, and that's Patrick Herbert, who never steps down with the left foot, and he doesn't get engaged on the inside. And there's Cedric Gray. Came into this game with 137 tackles on the season. The leader, the communicator of that defense, and he makes a big play.
2nd in the nation in tackles. So North Carolina ready to get the football back. A flag on the play. Let's see. As it's down inside the 35. "30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
There was a ton of confusion going on the far side, on the sideline. And there was some coaches actually like on the field trying to communicate to the returner when the ball was snapped. And they were right near that far side official. Gus, it was very awkward. Never really seen anything like that. I think that's what they're discussing here, some sort of like sideline infraction.
Illegal substitution. Defense, number 42 changed his number and did not report. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a first down.
Okay, so here's what's going on. Because of all the roster issues that you've had, you've got opt-outs, you've got transfers, normal returners. Josh Downs normally returns. But now what they've got is an issue because they've probably got guys that have the same number that are trying to be on the field at the same time. So you've got to put a different number on that player. Well, that player then has to report. So see, this is clearly not his jersey. They just have a jersey and they just throw it over the new returner because he's got a double number. And now they're going to give a first down to Oregon because of that? I mean, where's the rule coming? Like, what are we doing?
Ducks will take it. 1st and 10 of the 13, down by 7. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Bucky Irving back in the game at running back. He could break one at any time. Here's Nix in trouble, and he'll just dump it out of bounds.
Well, this North Carolina defense, they've gone to more man coverage in order to try to get guys down inside the run box. Keep talking about it, and Oregon's having a hard time getting them out of it. They're having a hard time running the football. They haven't gotten loose like they did early in the game, and I think this is when you got to feature the guy that got hot early, and Bucky Irving's in the game now, Gus, in the backfield.
2nd down from the 13-yard line. They'll pitch it to Bucky Irving, and he'll go out of bounds. 5-yard gain. Marcus Allen pushes him out of play.
Talked to you earlier in the game about how Phil Longo is no longer there, the offensive coordinator for North Carolina. Well, Kenny Dillingham, he got the job at Arizona State, so now Drew Mehringer, he's trying to call the plays for this Oregon team, and again, just the whole rhythm can be tough with a new play caller after a break, and this Oregon offense just doesn't look like itself right now.
7-point game as we head to the 4th. Back to the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox. How about that third quarter, partner? A scoreless third quarter after all those fireworks in the first half.
I mean, especially what we saw in the last minute of the first half, right? You had that interception and then the score from North Carolina, and these defenses both played really well in that third quarter. You got to give this North Carolina defense a lot of credit because what was clearly a strength for Oregon, that run game early in the game and really the entire first half, North Carolina came out and did such a better job stopping the run there in the third quarter.
3rd down and 5. Here's Nix looking for that first down. Bouncing around back there. Slings it and incomplete. Knocked away. I tell you what, Cedric Gray and Power Echols have been outstanding in this game.
Yeah, they've been the leaders. They've been the catalyst to this turnaround for the North Carolina defense during the course of this Holiday Bowl. And there he is. Cedric Gray laying out, defending that pass on 3rd down, and they weren't really committed to rushing the passer there. Again, great protection, but better coverage down the field.
So Oregon will punt it from inside their own 5-yard line as Barry sends it off. Takes a bounce, picked up at the 40, and across the 45. We don't know who number 42 is. He slipped on a jersey.
Let's see. Let's stay with him. We're not going to break. We got to.
Okay. 42.
Unveil yourself.
He's actually.
Who does
23?
There he is.
And that's George Pettaway.
That's George Pettaway. And this time he did report.
College football with these jersey numbers. Oh gosh.
That was great. Who's 42? Who does 42 work for?
So Drake May takes over. He's got great field position at the 43-yard line. Omarion Hampton. First time we've called his name tonight. He gains 4 yards.
young guy was actually struggling with a little bit of the stomach flu down here during bowl week. He's been sick, didn't get a lot of practice time, but a guy that they're excited about for the future of this program. And like you said in the first half, Gus, Mack Brown bullish on this team moving forward. Thinks that they are going to be really good and improved next season.
2nd down and 6 at the 39. I mean, that's very interesting considering that they have 9 wins, and if they win tonight, that's 10. So out in the flats, Paysor, big touchdown in the first half to give the Tar Heels the lead. Dorless knocks him out of play after a 2-yard gain.
Okay, so we talked about the adjustments that the Carolina defense has made. Well, this is what Oregon has done, is that on these downs, on 3rd down, what they've done is they've tried to take Drake May away as a scrambler and a runner, and they've done a really good job. So what they do is that they've shown blitz, and they've come after Drake May, but some of those blitzers are trying to ease up and read the quarterback and be spies on May as he's breaking contain.
You get the feeling that May has some magic left in him. Here's May looking, and that one knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Great defense by this Oregon team. Casey Rogers, a man transferred from Nebraska out of Syracuse, New York.
They're going to go for this. I mean, their kicker, Noah Burnett, he's only attempted 1 field goal from 50+ this season. He's got a long of 47, so this is a no-brainer for Mack Brown here. He'll stay on the field. The question is what does Oregon do here defensively? Do they try to light up Drake May and bring that pressure again like they've done so far in this second half?
4th down and 3. Trips at the top of your screen. May looks that way. Now changes over the middle. Oh, wow. What a great read. Nesbitt all the way down to the Oregon 20. Did you see how he looked off the defenders and went the other way?
Yes, he did. And this is what you do with your quarterback right there. He looks over to the right side. There's his eyes. And now he comes back because he gets protection and he gets to the second man in the progression, and he does a great job with Nesbitt and little dip down sidearm. That's that athleticism, right? The baseball, the backyard, 4 brothers. What do? You play everything. You can throw from any arm angle.
1st down and 10 of the 20. Here's Hampton, and he will go nowhere. No gain. Triquez Bridges. Love that name, Triquez.
And he comes out of nowhere. Watch the corner blitz right here from the right side. Here he comes. There's Triquez, and boom. Hampton's got no chance. He comes flying in from that right side and makes the tackle. He's a good-looking player now. 6'3", Gus, great length on the outside. Getting a chance to play tonight because Christian Gonzalez opted out, going to the National Football League.
2nd down and 10 of the 20. DJ Jones in at running back now for North Carolina. Here's May, play fake, skipping, rolling. Oh, he just threw it like a Dr. Pepper pass.
Yes, he did. I was thinking a little bit more like Patrick Mahomes, but you, sir, are exactly right. The one fans deserve. Here he comes on the opposite side. Watch this. Now he's got it tucked away, and then as the defense commits to him, he just shovels it forward. I tell you, man, this guy, he is a player. I've seen 2 guys this year live that just blow me away at this position. Drake May and Caleb Williams.
1st down and goal at the 10. And they'll run it. You also saw Bryce Young.
I know.
Uh-oh. He didn't blow you away.
Well, no, listen, Bryce is great. Bryce might be and probably should be the first pick in the draft. These cats, though, like Caleb and Drake are kind of, they're a little bit different. You know, next year's class is a little different. And again, that's not a knock. Everyone's going to be like, oh, he's knocking this person. I'm not knocking anybody. These 2 guys, what they do outside the pocket, the way they're dynamic, they are different breed.
2nd down and goal at the 9. May under pressure. May and wisely just throws it out of bounds. Pressure by Dorless and Taimani.
You know, look at these guys that we've got coming back next year for potential Heisman candidates, right? Williams and May, I think, are going to be at the top of the list. Marvin Harrison Jr., you know how I feel about him. Bo Nix, Cade Klubnik, J.J. McCarthy, what he's done. And how about Michael Penix? I mean, we almost forget about what Michael Penix was able to do. He led the country throwing the football this year. Washington, they were a great team. Everybody knows what Washington is now.
Indiana transfer. 3rd down and goal. Here's May and a timeout.
Before the ball was snapped, timeout, North Carolina, their first of the half.
We'll take a break. Drake May and the Tar Heels threatening. The San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by San Diego County Credit Union. It's not big bank banking, it's better. And by Cerveza Dos Equis. Get a dose. Please drink responsibly. And look at some of the notable Holiday Bowl MVPs, which include Jim McMahon, Steve Young, Barry Sanders, Joey Harrington, and Marshawn Lynch. Is this young man the next one? Drake May.
I do know Joey's watching. He was texting a little earlier, unhappy with a certain officiating decision on an interception. Joey, it was an unintentional kick. I don't know what to tell you.
Joey Harrington, terrific. Legendary Oregon Duck. 3rd down and goal. May decides to run it. May. Can he get there? No. As he slung down, lost the ball, loose. And the officials are going to say he was down. Casey Rogers grabbed him by the neck.
I mean, he's tackled awkwardly as Rogers brings him down here. Not a horse collar, good no call there, but yes, see that elbow, he's got control when that elbow hits, and that's what causes him to lose control there. And they're going to go for a field goal here. Interesting. I thought that they would stay on the field here. Maybe it was the fact that May was a bit slow to get up that they're going to send the field goal kicker on the field, but now there's only about 10 to snap it.
This one will be from 19 yards away. Should be an automatic for Noah Burnett.
The ruling on the previous play was the runner was down. The play's under further review.
Didn't we do that real time?
Yes, we did.
Well, let's roll it back.
How about Dan Lanning?
Yep.
In his first season, the former Georgia defensive coordinator and 2-time national champion. Replaced Mario Cristobal, who left to become the head coach at Miami. And this ball is going to be retained by North Carolina.
Yep. You know, I thought it was interesting when we were talking to Dan. And I asked him, because actually, you know, we haven't covered, obviously, North Carolina, but we didn't do any Oregon games either. And so it was our first chance, you and I, to get a chance to chat with Dan. First of all, I really enjoyed it. I love his energy. I love the direction of this program. Signing day was incredible for Oregon. And the other thing that I really appreciated is I just asked him, I said, hey, take me all the way back to just like, why Oregon? Okay, you come from Georgia, why Oregon? And he had two very specific and pointed reasons. One was, I wanted a place where I knew I could raise my family. My son's 10 years old. He had lived in 8 states. And so he wanted a place that he could raise his family. And then the other one was, and I wanted to win and win big. And this is that spot. I see myself in Eugene. My family likes Eugene, and I can win big here.
And I thought it was interesting talking to Mac Brown yesterday, because at the press conference, the old head coach and the young head coach had a chance to sit down. And Mac Brown gave him some words of wisdom. Burnett from 19. And it's good. 24-14. We'll tell you about that conversation as this game continues. 17 straight points by North Carolina. Oregon scoreless on 5 straight possessions since going up 14-7. 24-14. How do the Ducks respond? Bucky Irving back deep. Irving from the 1. And Irving still moving. It'll get out of bounds close to the 40.
Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. It was really all Bucky Irving early for Oregon. Had a heck of a first half, but then Drake May got going. This was that long run I was alluding to, 66 yards for the touchdown. Nesbitt had a touchdown catch, and then this incredible interception. Those linebackers from North Carolina getting it done. Gray and Eccles, they were able to find that touchdown right before the half. That was Paysour. They've tacked on a field goal, and here we are, Gus, 24-14.
First down. And a nice run after the catch. Chase Cota, 6-yard gain, UCLA transfer. Second and 4. Play fake. Nix winds up, throws the deep ball. Sideline, incomplete, but a flag. Troy Franklin, the intended receiver, and Legend Cavazos will be called for the PI.
This is what I was talking about. Oregon just needed to take a shot down the field, trying to get North Carolina.
Defense number 6, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And Legend Cavazos just never turns around. Again, if he goes back and plays the ball, you can get away with a little contact, but not like that. You can't just Superman your chest right into his face mask before the ball arrives. Always going to be a flag. Good call by Oregon there. And benefited by a bit of an underthrow right there from Nix.
Ducks with the football at the North Carolina 40. First down. And Nix to throw it again. Winds up, finds his man, and it's Chase Cota. Cota down at the 10. Biggers with the stop. That's a 28-yard gain.
And I love what they're doing here. They're running big, deep clear outs, so they clear everybody out. Then Cota comes underneath that clear out, and it's a good heavy play action, and Nix is able to step into it and create a completion.
Cota coming off a career-high 9 catches against Oregon State. And it's Bucky Irving picking his way forward and picks up 4. Kamen Rucker with the tackle.
This is more of what we saw early in the game, isn't it, partner? Like the good tempo. Nix, good decision there. Going for that trophy in the back of the end zone. Got to get some points here, down 10 in the fourth quarter.
Second down and goal. At the Carolina 6. Jordan James checks in. He weighs 210. Nix running that way. Nix on the move in the corner. Touchdown, Oregon. Chris Hudson.
I tell you, the concentration from Hudson to get this catch. Keep a foot down. There is a flag on the far side.
Ineligible downfield on the forward pass. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Wow.
They call Marcus Harper here the left guard. And Harper was kind of pulling around. Man. And what did the coaches tell us? They said, listen, our biggest weakness offensively is we get caught with linemen downfield too much. He was pulling around to kind of lead for Bo Nix. I think Nix had a run-pass read. The lineman goes up the field to get the linebacker blocked. And the flag comes out.
So instead of a touchdown, it's second down and goal at the 11. Can Nix do it again? Looking. Underneath route. Ball caught. Chris Hudson. Inside the 10.
You know, they've got a bit of a mismatch here. You know, Legend Cavazos, he gets beat on that touchdown, gets called back. He got beat and had the PI before that on this series. And Hudson is feeling a little bit. There's the matchup, both of them on the top of the screen. Up there. There you go. There's Hudson. And there's Cavazos.
3rd down and goal at the 6-yard line. Remember, Bucky Irving, great catching the ball out of the backfield. Here's Bo Nix, guns it! Touchdown, Oregon! Troy Franklin.
Watch this defender for North Carolina. I think that's Gray. I'm not totally sure with that number, though. That could be Power Eccles, because as the receiver comes in, Franklin, the defender slips, and then Nick sees him, and look at that. Just a narrow window to fit that ball. Franklin's got to reach all the way back behind, and he's able to adjust and get the touchdown. The second one after that penalty removed the force on this series.
That was a spectacular catch by Troy Franklin. Lewis, extra point good. And what a game here at the Holiday Bowl. Nix coming through. Franklin. Magical. Coach Lanning says yes. 24-21. We're all set for a dramatic finish here at the Holiday Bowl. 24-21. North Carolina with the lead. 8 games decided by 1 score this season. For the Tar Heels, 6-2 in 1-score games. Under 7 minutes to play here in the 4th. George Pettaway, the deep man. Andrew Boyle ready to send it away. This one fielded at the 5-yard line by Pettaway. Pettaway with a huge lane. Pettaway still moving. A flag on the play, however. At the 44, Andrew Boyle, the kicker, with the tackle.
During the return, holding receiving team number 48, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
They'll back that one up. As May comes back on the field.
And they are used to this situation, because they played 8 one-score games this year. They were 6-2 in those games. They won their first 6 in that situation. So this is the type of game where they're comfortable being in a tight affair.
They'll start from their own 30-yard line. May lobs it over the middle, high and incomplete. Paysor the target.
I'm very impressed with what Oregon has done defensively here. Remember, they're without their 3 most impactful players on defense, Noah Sewell, Christian Gonzalez, and DJ Johnson. And yet they've made the adjustments necessary to really slow down North Carolina in the second half. Only 3 points so far in this second half. They've done that by blitzing in timely areas and then creating little spies to spy Drake May when he wants to run.
Carolina with 272 yards of total offense. They'll go on the ground this time to Green. And Elijah Green falls forward, but a flag.
It looked like he got his face mask grabbed as he was getting tackled there at the end of the play.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
There's that reach in. And that was Jaleel Florence, a freshman from right here in San Diego. Went to Lincoln High School. That guy can run, by the way. Jaleel Florence, he was a 10-7 100-meter cat.
Speedster.
Yes.
1st down, though, for North Carolina inside Oregon territory at the 48. May sprints up, looks, delivers across his body, and it's caught for 1st down by Andre Green Jr., the freshman. He's had a really solid game today.
Yeah, had that touchdown catch earlier in the game, and here coming back, and he's basically the trail. So he's kind of the fourth guy in the progression. If May needs him, then he's there trailing and does a great job corralling that ball as he's going to the ground and gaining control. And they'll move the chains. Good series here for Carolina offensively.
After the 13-yard pickup, 1st and 10 at the 35 for North Carolina. 5:50 and counting. May hands it off to Green. Green with room. Elijah Green. 7 yards.
You know, this is an air raid style offense, and that's the run play that everyone now in this offense has taken from Lincoln Riley. You know, Bill Bedenbaugh in Oklahoma, they were so good at that. It's called GT counter. They pull a guard, they pull a tackle. They don't block that right side of the line defensively for Oregon, and then they create those extra gaps front side. It's very hard to stop, and they run it beautifully right there.
2nd down and short. May gives it up again to Green. Looking for the 1st down. He won't get it. And you mentioned an air raid system. Mike Leach, the Mississippi State coach, one of the inventors of the air raid, passing away suddenly and recently. Rest in peace, coach. And so many people have said so many great things about Coach Leach.
There's no doubt, and he's impacted the game in such a positive way, and so many lives have been improved because of him. And this sneak from Drake May, Gus, needed to get all the way to the 25. I don't think it did, and it will be 4th down. Just no push from that offensive line. Great job by Oregon. Watch right here as they win the line of scrimmage, and then May has got to try to get outside and try to find the lane. But there you see Casey Rogers grabbing that left ankle before he can get moving, and now it's a 4th down for North Carolina.
4th and 1. May, 6'4", 220. Needs this 1st down. They're going to push him forward. And it looks like he'll get it.
Every sneak, now that the rule is different, now that you can push your quarterback like that, every single sneak should be accompanied by someone directly behind the quarterback. That was Kamari Morales. He's pushing Drake May. Listen, J.J. Watt, who, by the way, is going to retire, and boy, what a great career you had. He even tweeted out, it's like, you can't stop a sneak. Like, the defense is just hard to do. They did it on the previous snap. They didn't have the push from behind. That time, Morales comes in on the motion. Just really difficult to stop.
1st down for North Carolina at the Oregon 24. Elijah Green, and he'll be tackled for a loss. Terrific pursuit led by Mace Funa. A loss of 2.
And Oregon's going to try to save those timeouts. Now we got 3:13 here, down 3. Carolina's on the edge of field goal range. Again, their kicker, Burnett, his long is 47. Mac Brown, not all that confident in their kicking game.
And you look at Mac Brown's face, you know he wants to win this game. One thing he talked to us about yesterday was he's got to deal with losing better. Even after all these years, he still can't take it. 2nd and 12. May lost it up. End zone, incomplete. No flags. J.J. Jones, the target. Triquez defensively.
He's had a good ball game tonight. Great coverage. Jones maybe has a step here, and he's trying to get back to that ball as it's underthrown, but Bridges does a great job of getting back, his head turned to the ball, and then playing the ball.
J.J. Jones did a nice job of breaking that one up. He had to play DB. Triquez Bridges could have had an interception. 3rd down and 12. Big play here coming up.
Timeout, North Carolina. Their 2nd of the half.
So North Carolina calls a timeout. Mac Brown wanting to talk it over with his group. 2 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in regulation. Back after this. The Holiday Bowl on Fox is sponsored by Discover. Exceptionally common sense. And by State Farm. The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. A look at some past winners of the Holiday Bowl, which has been played since '78. Navy defeated BYU in the first Holiday Bowl game. Iowa defeated USC in the last Holiday Bowl game played in 2019. Oregon is 2 wins in 3 previous Holiday Bowl appearances. There's the Holiday Bowl trophy. And this one is coming down to the wire, 24-21. North Carolina on top of Oregon, 3rd down and 12 at the 27 for Drake May. Oregon showing blitz. They back out of it. May looking. May underneath and incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 12. Morales, the intended receiver. What do they do now?
Well, the fact that they didn't get any yardage, I think that he's going to try for the field goal here. It's just such a low percentage play to try to go for 4th and 12. This was Noah Burnett earlier today. Now, this was the opposite side of the field, and the footing on the opposite side of the field was a little bit more shaky. He pushed it right.
This one will be from 44 yards away. 47 yards, his career long. Noah Burnett gets it away, and it's good. Right down Main Street for Noah Burnett. And Carolina takes a 27-21 lead.
Good snap, great hold, and Burnett knocks it through. Clutch kick right there, and that's going to force Oregon to have to go down and put it in the end zone.
The old ball coach says yes.
He was being sly yesterday, wasn't he? He was like, all I want is for my guys to fight. That's it. That's all I want. They've done more than that. This is a team that has shown a lot of resilience and grit all year long in close ball games, and that was a quality drive right there. Now, on the opposite side, Oregon, their quality drives, Gus, involve tempo. The situation of the game will put them into that rhythm. 2 minutes and 29 seconds left.
The winner of this game will record their 10th win of the season. Burnett sends it off. Irving back deep. Irving from his own goal line. Irving gets to the 20 before being ridden down at the 21. Let's go downstairs and check in with Jenny.
Well, and Gus, Joel just mentioned that fight, right? And what Coach Brown was saying he needed from his guys. It's been fascinating throughout the game to watch every single person involved. And it's even what Brown said to us. I want everyone involved. If you're carrying the water, I want you in this thing. If you're scoring the touchdowns, I want you in it. It has not at all changed throughout the game, throughout the shifts of momentum. And boy, have they listened to Mack Brown as they are trying to hold on to win this one.
Mack Brown, 71 years old, College Football Hall of Famer, national champion with Texas in 2005. Whittington. And Noah Whittington stopped by Don Chapman after a 5-yard jaunt.
You know, Oregon's in a good position here because of those 2 passes that Carolina threw. They've got all 3 of their timeouts, and they still have over 2 minutes to go. So they don't have to panic, but they can run that quick tempo.
Nix, sideline, caught. Whittington. And he'll go out of bounds to stop the clock with under 2 minutes to go.
And the other thing that they got into late in the game that was very successful, after they took the shot down the field, Gus, they started running those clear outs, sending deep routes, and then hooking up underneath of those deep routes. It's called clearing out, and then you hook up underneath of it with other wide receivers. That was very effective on the last series.
First down at the 37. Nix. Near side this time. Another first down. Ferguson, the tight end. He keeps moving on his feet. Look at the big fella. Finally dropped at the 35 after a gain of 28 by Power Eccles.
And again, what you see, clear out from the slot receiver. And what does the tight end do? He just goes in that vacated area. They go right to what was effective on the last series.
Remember, Oregon has all 3 of their timeouts. First down at the 35. Empty backfield. Nix sideline. Ferguson again. And Ferguson picks up 6.
They're caught right here because the tempo is what is making their rhythm so successful, right? That's what has made them successful, and yet you don't want to score too quickly.
Second down and 4. 1:11 to go. Nix winds up. Incomplete and a flag. Troy Franklin draws another pass interference penalty, this time against DeAndre Boykins.
And the difference is these Carolina defenders.
Pass interference. Defense number 16. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
They're not getting their heads turned around to play the ball. Therefore, that contact is just impeding the wide receiver's ability to get ball back and make the catch. And Troy Franklin, ball is just thrown underneath a little bit. Franklin's trying to make the adjustment, and Boykins never comes back to play the ball.
5th play of the drive that started at the Oregon 21. First down at the 14. Nix running. Bo Nix stopped by Eccles, will gain 6. 54 seconds and counting to go.
They should take their time a little bit. Force Carolina to take their last time out. Draw some of this out.
2nd and 4 at the 8. Empty backfield for Bo Nix. Nix looking. Corner. Incomplete. Troy Franklin the target. That brings up 3rd down and 4 at the 8-yard line.
They've got plenty of time, Gus, because of the 3 timeouts. So that's why they can take their time if they need to. And Dan Lanning has done a nice job here managing the clock here late in the game. Now 3rd and 4, though, you've got a couple of plays to move the chains. You've got run at your disposal because of those 3 timeouts. Clock not necessarily a factor as of now.
Can Carolina's defense, though, come up and make a play?
North Carolina.
So North Carolina calls a timeout. And they are out of timeouts now, while Oregon still has all 3 remaining.
Boy, this offense has turned it on in the 4th quarter, haven't they? They've done a heck of a job. The offensive line has been good all night long. They were running the ball early. They've provided a lot of time for Nix to throw it here late in the game.
And Matt Brown, as we told you, had a chance to talk to young Dan Lanning, 36 years old. Coach Brown gave the young coach some advice. He said, stay true to yourself. It's about the players and enjoy the journey. What a journey the Holiday Bowl has been tonight.
Electric finish, and it's exactly what these people with this bowl game have deserved.
3rd down and 4 at the 8. Whittington in the backfield with Bo Nix. Nix hands it off. Whittington churning, and it'll be swung down. This time it's Kamen Rucker, and a timeout called by Oregon. With 24 seconds remaining, down 27-21.
Wow, and now you come up and you've got the 4th down. Listen, I liked the run call because Carolina only had 5 defenders in there inside of the box. They go for the run, but Carolina gets the stop. Boy, this has been just a fabulous game now, and it should come down to this. You got 4th down. You can get the 1st down and not score. They've got timeouts left, 2 of them left after this one is taken. And Carolina looking for the stop of the season. here in a bowl game.
4th down and 2. At the 6-yard line for Oregon. 24 seconds remaining. Bo Nix. Does he have some magic in him? Nix drops back. Underneath. Touchdown, Ducks! Wow! Chase Cota. And we're level at 27.
What a pass. Great route from Cota. And now the ever important extra point. Just an unbelievable drive.
The ruling on the previous play was a catch and a touchdown. The play's under further review.
Cota ran a brilliant route. And Nix had just enough time as Carolina blitzed and tried to get pressure in his face. So here's Cota on the opposite side. Okay, here he comes. He's going to come screaming across the formation. And watch as Nix just retreats enough as the blitz is in his face. And he sidearms this ball right there. He got the catch. And then he tries to turn across the goal line. Yup, just gets out of the way right there. That backside does hit. It's hard to tell exactly where the ball is. You know, based on two of those looks together, that his butt kind of hits right there. But it's tough to see the ball. I don't know if you can take this one off the board. And Dan Lanning celebrates with his quarterback, as he should. What a great couple of series here late in the game for Bo Nix and this Oregon offense. You think bowl games don't matter to these kids?
Oh, and the coaches as well. They're still looking at it. Dean Blandino, our rules analyst, takes a look. Dean, your thoughts on this play?
Yeah, the key here is where is the ball when Cota's right knee hits, and that's what they're looking at in the replay booth. They have access to all of our angles, and they're going to try to piece shots together. From what I've seen so far, I can't tell.
After review,
let's hear the
ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
And that's the right call, because again, with all the looks we have, we just couldn't see where the ball was in relation to the goal line when the knee was down. Ruling on the field was a touchdown, and letting it stand is the correct decision.
All right, Dean, thank you very much. With 19 seconds remaining, and this game level at 27. Here comes the extra point. Camden Lewis for the lead. Oh! Off the upright! And good! He kissed it in! Unreal! Holy cow! Listen to this! You want to talk about your heart and your throat? Woo! If you're that kid, oh my goodness. The question is did he call glass? The ATM was open. Bank shot. Dan Lanning. Oh my goodness. What a game. What a game. Bo Nix will take it anyway.
Boy, these last couple of series, that offense turned it on, didn't it?
Yes.
And Nix turned it on, and that's the leadership that Dan Lanning kept talking to us about. You know, he's been very accurate and efficient all year long, and when they needed it most, he played really well. Nix had 102 yards passing up until those last two drives. And he's thrown for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns in just those 2 drives when they needed it most.
Remember, George Pettaway has been terrific on kickoff returns this evening.
Right up the middle.
He almost broke one earlier. Number 23. He's returned one 54 yards and 46 yards. He'll kick this one short. DJ Jones. Jones knocked down at the 33 with 15 seconds remaining. Carolina out of timeouts. Drake May. How do you work this, Joel?
Well, I mean, listen, they got it done in the first half, and they did it by just running seam routes, 4 vertical routes. I would assume that they would do something similar, but the difference is that the coverage is going to be vastly different from Oregon, and you can see it right now. They got 3 players all the way back, 22, 23 yards deep.
No timeouts for the Tar Heels. May looking, and he's got the first down. Paysor. Tackled by Bennett Williams. Tar Heels quickly to the line of scrimmage. And they'll spike it with 6 seconds to go.
So with 6 seconds, I don't believe that they can run a play to get into field goal range. So at this point now, you're just trying to send it either all the way into the end zone.
What's his arm strength like? Can he get it?
Yeah, absolutely. He could absolutely throw the football 60, 65 yards. So he can get it to the end zone. Now it's just about getting him enough time for the wide receivers to get down there and in position.
2nd and 10 of the 42. 6 seconds remaining.
The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, they can't review this because they've already run a play. It's 2nd down. If they wanted to review whether he got the first down or not, that ship has sailed. They've already run a play. So as soon as he puts the headset on, someone should be saying that or listening to me. So maybe they're checking about, number of ducks on the field. This is going to have to be something other than just like, did he get the line to gain? Because again, we've run the play. So it's got to be some sort of substitution. Was there 12 ducks on the field? Here we go. So
that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they're trying to run off now. Another one off. Yeah, they definitely have 12 on the field. So if this is what they're reviewing, then yes, absolutely. Oregon will be penalized here. Illegal substitution. So now they'll give him a 5-yard penalty, and the clock will start on the snap. That's what's important here, is that it's not going to be started by the official and start to run. The snap is going to start the clock.
So this will be the last play of the game.
I believe so, yes. Again, because Gus, they just can't. They can't get. I mean, I guess you could try to throw. There's no reason to throw an out route. What's the difference for Drake May and throwing it 50 yards and 55 yards? So they're going to have to heave it into the end zone. I guess the only thing is that gives you a little bit of room. Like maybe you can get an out route in 5 seconds into somewhat of field goal range. Right, so you get 5 yards. It's going to be at the 47-yard line. He hasn't as long as Burnett's long is 47. You're not going to get there in 6 seconds. Maybe you'll try from 53, 54, maybe 55. You've got to get the ball to the 38. So at that point you can throw it. Yeah, you could throw an out route in 6 seconds and get the ball close to the 40-yard line, 39-yard line. So now this actually might change the strategy for North Carolina. If you can try to execute something in 4 or 5 seconds, and I mean quick, you can't hold the ball, you can't do anything, you could probably get a completion out of bounds and then set up for a career long for Noah Burnett.
After review, On the first down play, illegal substitution. Defense, 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down. The clock will start on the snap.
So now you got to make a decision if you're North Carolina. Do you want this to be the last play, or do you want to put this on Noah Burnett? Because of that, Oregon needs to put a corner at about 10 yards on that short side of the field and sitting there not running deep, and they've got a corner over there. Smart defense here from Dan Lanning. Look at him up there. That's really smart.
Drake May out of the shotgun. And a timeout called by Dan Lanning.
Oregon, their skin of the half. 30-second timeout.
Lanning, a defensive specialist, had a chance to see how North Carolina lined up. And timeouts remaining. Only one timeout now. No timeouts for North Carolina.
Yeah, I was saying that about that corner alignment. That's so smart because you can't throw it to the wide side, Gus. That takes too much time. That's too long of a throw. So Lanning did something really brilliant. He took that option away from North Carolina. I'm not going to let you try to get a field goal on us here with just 6 seconds. So he sat a corner in a jam technique to try to take away that quick out to the short side of the field. We'll see if he does it again after the timeout.
6 seconds to go. You get the feeling that Carolina is going to try for the Hail Mary. Here's May to the sideline, caught out of bounds. No time on the clock. Let's see, Paysour with the catch.
They try for the
The
out
ruling on
route.
the field is the player went out of bounds with 1 second left. Please adjust the game clock to 1 second. The clock will start on the snap.
This is a great look here. Okay, game clock bottom left. May throws it right at the 40-yard line. That's a complete catch. Out of bounds. At least a second, maybe two.
Both teams out of timeouts. Noah Burnett, his career long is 47 yards. He accomplished that feat in North Carolina's 63-61 win over Appalachian State in September. As it stands now, this will be from 58 yards away if he gets a shot at it.
His longest attempt of the year was against Duke. It was a 52-yarder, and he missed.
And he's not going to get a chance.
No, they're going to keep the offense on the field. This is going to be Drake May's game here. 1 second left. Here we go.
28-27 Oregon. A second remaining in the Holiday Bowl. Drake May is going to let it fly. May throws it up in the corner. And incomplete. Knocked down. And Oregon comes back and wins the Holiday Bowl. 28-27. The Ducks record their 10th win of the season.
That was a phenomenal college football game, partner, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. Both teams leaving it all on the field tonight. Drake May, Bo Nix. Oregon now three-time Holiday Bowl winners. What a game. In the end, Nix, with the heart of a lion, leading his team all the way down the field for the game-winning score. A dejected group of Tar Heels, and they played their hearts out too. What a game, folks. College football, the bowl season. Oregon will end their season at 10-3. Carolina falling to 9-5, but you won't see a better game. Classic Holiday Bowl matchup. Let's go downstairs to our Jenny Tabb.
All right, guys, thank you, Bo. Congratulations. I mean, thank you for that. That was really enjoyable. The fourth quarter, really the last two drives, break it down for me and how you guys were able to deliver.
Well, we were able to deliver because our defense stopped them and held them up pretty big. I mean, when their number was called, they all answered. Huge stops down there in the red zone, of course, a field goal and then a stop. I mean, we couldn't have done it without them. But then, I mean, just a complete team game. You look at all of us, everybody made a play. Couldn't have done it without each and every one of them. Praise God, and I'm just so blessed and honored to be a part of such a great team with unbelievable coaches and unbelievable teammates.
I know you had a moment. I saw you. You celebrated with the fans. You had your arms in the air. You made a decision, Bo, to come back. What can this performance say about what we can look forward to next season?
Well, we just got a good offseason ahead of us. It's important for us, and I came back because I felt like there were some things in college that I wanted to do, and so I didn't want to pass up on that opportunity. So we're going to have a good offseason. We're going to prepare, and it's going to be fun.
10 wins for you guys this season. I know the way it ended, you guys weren't happy about it. You said that. You had a bad taste in your mouth. How good does it feel now to win this one?
It's unbelievable. I mean, 10 wins. To send our seniors out this way, guys like Alex Forsyth and Ryan Walk and Bennett Williams and all those guys that are about to depart from us, I mean, I couldn't be prouder of those guys and just how they battled their way through today, and just it was a complete team win, and I'm so happy right now.
I want you to enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Go Ducks.
Classic Holiday Bowl matchup, and in the end, it's the Oregon Ducks winning 28-27 over North Carolina. Join us after the break for plenty more post-game coverage, including the trophy presentation. In the final, Oregon defeats North Carolina in the Holiday Bowl. Let's go downstairs for the trophy presentation to our Joel Klatt.
All right, it's time to hand out some hardware, isn't it? First of all, I want to congratulate everybody involved with the SDCCU Holiday Bowl, all the Redcoats and the Volunteers on an amazing week and an unbelievable game here at Petco Park. And this year's president of the Holiday Bowl is here to hand out some hardware. So Sherry Park, go ahead.
Thank you. The offensive player of the game from the Oregon Ducks, number 0, Bucky Irving.
Bucky, come here, man. You guys were rolling in that first half. You had over 100 yards. You finished well over 140 yards, couple of touchdowns. Tell us about that offensive line and how well you guys ran the ball.
I mean, I want to shout out to my offensive line. I love these guys. I mean, they done a great job all year now. Also, I want to thank my coach for being on me every day, just telling me, trust me to stay on my track, and I listen to him and good results.
Bucky, congratulations, bud. All right, Sherry, who's our defensive MVP?
The SDG&E defensive MVP of the game from the Oregon Ducks, number 18, Mace Funa.
Mace, you guys didn't have your full complement out there, right? I mean, you were missing some guys, and yet, late in that game, you guys buckled down, made some great adjustments, and got the stops when you needed. Had to feel good.
Oh, it felt great. You know, shout out to the defense, 6 seconds of hell. That's what we do. We get to the ball and we get that dub. But shout out to everybody on the team, the whole staff, everybody that works in this whole thing. Shout out to everybody.
And Mace, you guys have talked all year long about the brotherhood and the togetherness of this group, and you said that it culminated here this week in San Diego for this bowl game. What can you tell us about your teammates?
It's a brotherhood. There's nothing like teammates, but they're brothers. They family, forever, alive. Further down the road, they're all brothers.
Mace, congratulations.
On behalf of all the Redcoats, it is my pleasure to present the 2022 SDCCU Holiday Bowl Championship Trophy to head coach Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks.
Coach, first of all, congratulations. You guys have had a great year. In your first year here as the Oregon Ducks head coach, what does this one mean to you?
This had nothing to do with me. This has everything to do with our players. They believe from the beginning. We talk about connection, growth, toughness, sacrifice. These guys exhibited that tonight. I'm so grateful for our fans that made the trip. So grateful to be a Duck. Let's go.
And Coach, the resilience that your team showed tonight. You know, you were down in this game, and a couple of great drives from your veteran quarterback, 100 yards late, couple of touchdown passes. Your defense got stops. You guys were best when you needed it the most here late in the game.
Yeah, we just seen another second on that clock. Bo has done it all year, right? And everybody around him believed in him, and our entire team believed in each other. That was just Thursday practice, jump ball at the end. So excited to see us execute.
Coach, congratulations and good luck next year.
Thank you. Go Ducks!
Again, a big thank you to the city of San Diego, all the Redcoats and the volunteers here with the SDCCU Holiday Bowl. Thank you, college football fans, for coming out tonight and supporting these guys all year long. Congratulations to your Holiday Bowl winners, the Oregon Ducks. Gus?
All right, Joel, thank you very much. This was the first ever football game here at Petco Park. And what a game it turned out to be, a real thriller. Sunday, it's a New Year's Day edition of the NFL on Fox as the Eagles try to clinch a division title when they take on Alvin Kamara and the Saints, or the Jets battle the Seahawks, with both teams looking to help their to keep their playoff hopes alive. The final score here at Petco: Oregon 28, North Carolina 27 in the Holiday Bowl. Thanks for joining us for the 2022 Holiday Bowl. For Joel Klatt, Jenny Tabbs, and our entire crew, this is Gus Johnson saying so long